Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Brigadier General Dan Tulley and Chief Bruce here with your COVID-19 IUD update for March 30th.
All right. So, sir, the first question comes from Staff Sergeant Vincent Sitterly. You got those?
Vincent Sitterly asked, when can we estimate the recreational buildings, theaters, CAC, chapel, etc. closures to end if the base remains locked down and we have no confirmed announced cases? The easy answer to all those things reopening, there's no estimate. I'd be lying to you if I gave you one. Nobody knows how this will turn out, but I can tell you we are trying to set the conditions that would let us reopen things. It's going to take a while, right? How do we ensure that we open things with workers who don't risk any contamination from COVID-19 and that the population who's served by those functions, there's no risk of contamination? We're trying to come up with a way that we can do that. More to follow. Number 2, can we make a temporary residential area for sick people to self-quarantine without infecting their roommates and coworkers? We've already got one. But I'd ask you to go see the med group, and the clinic folks will tell you if you need to be quarantined, and they'll direct you to the right place. We've got rooms for quarantine. We've also got rooms for isolation. And who knows, maybe you don't even need to in their estimation. Number 3, can we distribute cough masks for people who have a cough? Great question, and yes, we can, but you need to go to the med group, and again, the folks at the clinic will tell you if you really need one or you don't, and they'll give you one if you need one.
All right.
What's next, Chief?
Next question is from Staff Sergeant Army Type Ricky Ellison, Task Force Light Knight. Is there an approximated timeline for when AUAB facilities will begin to open again, or has that not been discussed at this point in the situation? Well, the General just answered Staff Sergeant Sitterly's question, which I think applies to this one. We just don't know. We're looking at different timelines, and we're looking at other ways to be more effective when it comes to preventing the spread.
Remember, our priorities here are protect the force, prevent the spread, ensure mission accomplishment. Yeah. All right, what's next?
It's from Staff Sergeant Madsen. I'm guessing they work in the KAOC.
The same questions that's on everyone's mind due to the uncertainty of the situation. For the KAOC, does this shift potential long-term plans to the left or to the right? Have to ask Colonel Coleman on that, the KAOC commander. Will we continue to see deployment extensions? I don't know. It's an unknown. I'd be lying if I told you I did. We've watched so many dates and things change over the last 4 to 5 weeks here, I'd hesitate to guess. And the rest of it's just a comment. Thanks. Appreciate that, Sergeant Madsen.
All right, the next one's from Tech Sergeant Victor Charney from the 379th EAMXS.
What's a realistic plan for redeployers in the next 60 days? Active duty folks, you're here for 60 days, so no plan to redeploy you in the next 60 days. If you're a member of the ARC, there is some movement that continues to take place. So ARC members, we're seeing folks rotate home and rotate back in because there's federal law that protects that, and we don't want to run afoul of that. All right, next one.
All right, it's from A1C Tanner Bono from the 379 CES. Looks like there's some room in it.
Heard a rumor today that this current rotation will be delayed on return until the month of October. I don't think this rumor is justified, and I'll stop right there because you're absolutely right. It's just a rumor. Never heard that, but that's a good one.
All right. All right, and our last one comes from Staff Sergeant Jennifer Wynn, who is asking about pretty much all of the concessions on base.
All right, same answer. This is also in our frequently asked questions document. If you go to the 379th Air Expeditionary Wing Facebook page, go to the COVID-19 frequently asked questions, and you'll see that we talk about all those food concessions, not planning to open them back up, but you ask the question why. So very few people eat at those compared to the 15,000, 16,000 meals we serve every day at the 2 or 3 DFACs we have open. So there's not a lot of juice for the squeeze, but it does take a lot of work to bring those contractors onto the base, get them there, get them set up, get food and different supplies to those different concessions, and then keep them open and operating. They really contribute less than 1% to the overall population's meals and food, so we're just not going through that at this point. All right, so we published a change to the force health protection measures that are out there. First ones were published, I think, on March 17th. So today on the 30th, we put out the only 2 changes to that. We received a frago overnight from AFCENT, directed us to do one big thing, which was to cease all, what were the words?
Non-essential gatherings.
Cease all non-essential gatherings. So to do that, we are going to address the gatherings we've heard so many of you folks talk about out at the Memorial Plaza and out behind the Zinc. So we're limiting alcohol sale. We're cutting it off at this point. And the reason we had hoped to be able to keep that open, but there are just too many folks who've consistently been gathering. First, we thought it was a St. Patrick's Day effect, but it turns out it's every night. So unfortunately, we're going to have to turn that off. And that brings us to the next great point about observations, right?
Yeah, some great observations. So we just need help with some solutions. It's great that we all recognize some of the things that we see around the base, but if you could come up with some great solutions as to how we can get after some of these difficult problem sets, we will greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, you guys are phenomenal at observing stuff, taking pictures, sending pictures of issues to us, like the crowds out there at Memorial Plaza. But what we really need are solutions. So if our goal is to set up this base for a year to 18 months or longer, who knows how long this might last? But do we want to look back in 6 months and go, man, I wish we had acted back in March or April and set this place up, because by now it'd be pretty awesome. Let's think through what that looks like. Maybe we isolate the certain core population of the base, and then we keep that clean or protected somehow. I don't know what the right answer is, but you guys are a lot smarter than the two of us. So please, let us have your suggestions, talk to your commanders, and engage. We look forward to hearing from you.